Hey guys, this is a good example of why you always want to check what the listing agent tells you. I'm here in my parents' garage, and I had a client that wanted to write an offer on a house, and we looked through the disclosures and reports, and in the inspection reports, they called for the roof to be replaced. I looked at the roof and I said, this is a concrete tile roof. Usually those last for 50 to 100 years. What's going on here? So I did a little bit more digging, and apparently it didn't have a membrane. I called the listing agent and I said, hey, what's going on? The listing agent said that she just thought the contractor was just trying to look for work, and that she didn't think it would actually need to be replaced. And I said, it could be true, but I'm going to do a little bit more digging just to make sure my buyers are protected and safe. So I looked into it, and apparently the tile that was used for that house is known to be really poor quality and has a short lifespan. The house is already 44 years old. Concrete tile roofs can last 50 to 100 years if they're well maintained. And this is already, this particular set of tile is known at like around 50 years to like disintegrate. The surface of the tile in this particular case is known to kind of like break down, fall apart. So let me show you kind of what happens. I'm here in my parents' garage, and you can kind of see they literally have a perfect example of why you want to have a roofing membrane and what happens if you don't, and why you want to make sure that your roof is protected here. So you can kind of see these are the concrete tile slabs right here. And just imagine if one of them were broken or it started to disintegrate or cracked, or even if there was like a tree branch that fell and it was raining during a heavy rain and the water started to back up, it just literally backflows or just breaks and pours straight down. And imagine if there were drywall right here, it would just pour straight down onto your drywall into your house. So that was actually legal, I think back in the 80s, don't quote me on that, but now they changed the code requirements. So when you build a new roof, like on this addition that was done, if you see plywood, most likely that means there's a membrane on the other side. So when it rains, it just goes onto the membrane and pours outside. So when you're looking at this, you can see two examples. Look for the plywood. Let me show you a real life example of what I mean outside. Roof membrane here, and these are the roof tiles. My dad always carries a couple spare. So these are the marks where the wood would go to hold the roofs, and then you nail them down. And the water would just pour right on top and flow downhill. And if one of them breaks, at least you have this membrane to protect it so it runs straight down from there and goes into the gutter versus going into your house, which is never a good thing. So you can kind of see here, just nail it down and attach it. Here's the little hook, so it just kind of rests there and runs downhill. So I always say, do your digging, check. Don't always believe what the agent just tells you. Make sure you know before you end up purchasing.